period of time. And when I say you've been following me for an extended period of time, you know what I'm about. And honestly, it's not about you getting into a house. It's about, are you able to keep that house once you get it? In order to make sure that you can do that, there's a couple of things that we have to do. So what some of you may not know, 17 years ago, I was a single mom. So my heart goes out to you because I was where you were, where you are, 17 years ago. I was a single mom with 2 kids. No help, no financial help, no physical help, no mental help. It was just me and my 2 boys. And it just came to me one day. I was in a 2-bedroom apartment and I just said, you know what? I'm tired of living in this apartment. I do not want to live here. I want to buy a house. Now, just like those top 4, now I wasn't scared, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I had no clue about buying a house. When I tell you I had no clue, it was so bad that I didn't even know what a credit score was. So I knew nothing about buying a house. But over the period of time, I made the sacrifice. I downsized where I was living and, moved to a less desirable townhouse. But, I told myself I was going to only be there a year. And after a year, I'm out. And that's exactly what I did. But I did it all by myself. Because back then, we didn't have the internet. Well, the internet was there, but, it wasn't big like it is today. We relied on newspapers back then. But again, I had to find my way and I eventually figured it out. But this is where it all shifted for me. After I figured it out, closed on my home, I said, you know what? I need to do something because I basically made my way through this process. But what about everybody else? And that everybody else is every last one of you that's on this meeting right now. I got into this business because of you, because you are the ones that are still renting. You're still fearful. You're still trying to find your way, whether it be with your credit or your finances, you're still renting, bottom line. And it's not that renting is a bad thing. It's okay for an extended period of time, but you shouldn't be living in somebody's rental property for the rest of your life. And the reason why this is so near and dear to me, because you are a single parent. So if you're a single parent and your goal is to try to make a better way for your children, how are you setting the example by renting? Because if you've ever talked to your kids before about buying a house and you've told your kids, we're going to get a house, and it's been 2, 3, 4, 5 years and you're still trying to get this house, and your kids are now looking at you like, okay, well, I don't know, like we're going to get this house because, you ain't doing that. At the end of the day, if something happened to you, what do you have to pass down to your kids? You can't pass that rental property down to them because you don't own it. But if you purchased a home and something happened to you, you can now pass that home down to your children. Now you've given them a leg up, okay, so that they don't follow in your current footsteps and now go out and find a place to rent, because now they have a house that they own, or should I say will own, that you can now give them. But most of all, you've shown your kids that you said you were going to do something and you made it happen. And I want you guys to understand, yes, I get it. Trust and believe I get it. Okay, yes, you're by yourself. Yes, you're in this by yourself. Yes, you're trying to make it work by yourself. You're doing everything by yourself. You're making decisions by yourself. I get that. I was there. And at some point, if you're not already there, you're tired. Okay, you're tired. You're frustrated. You're ready to give up. You say, you know what? It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. No, it's not going to be what it's going to be. No, it's going to be a new season. Because 2019, if you're ready, you need to declare that this year, I'm going to change my life. Not that I'm going to change my address, but I'm going to change my entire life. And I want you guys to understand that, because those of you, again, and I'm going to say this a lot throughout this meeting, but those of you who really know me, I will push you. Okay? I will push you, because if you say you want this, then let's do the work and make it happen. Now, I know you may be looking at what you have in your hands, and in your hands, it looks a little empty, but you got to look a little deeper, because if you have some hands and you let me put my hands on them, what can we do together to get you what you want? And I need you guys to understand that. And in order to do all of that, you got to be focused. And when I say you got to be focused, you already know what's your challenge. Either you spending your money eating out, you shopping, taking trips, doing things that are not taking you to the next level. You single parents, most of you, if you haven't already, you got your tax refund. What'd you do with it? Did you use that money to change your life? Or did you use that money to go say, oh, had all this stuff to do, but if you didn't get that refund, how was you going to do it? I just want you to think about that for a minute. Because I've already spoken to some people and they've already told me, oh, I done spent all my money. I done did this, that, and the other. But if you didn't get that refund, how was you going to get it done? So all that is said to say this. If you have not gotten your refund yet and you are serious about buying a house, do not spend a dime of that money until we talk. And I promise you, I can show you better than I can tell you how one refund that you get every single year that you blow, that this 1 year, I can show you how you can use that one refund to change your whole life. You haven't even got a house yet, but that refund has already set the stage for you to change your life. Because one of the things that I know, and a number of you have said it already, you live in paycheck to paycheck. And I already know. Y'all don't have to sit here and tell me nothing. You don't tell me you got bad credit. You don't tell me you live in paycheck to paycheck. You don't tell me you're struggling. You can't save. You know, you distracted. You don't have to tell me that. I already know. If you give me your credit scores, I can already tell you what's on your credit. And I haven't even looked at it. I am just that good. But I'm even better because if you do the work, follow the plan, then you make me great, because guess what? I made you great. But it all starts from one decision. That one decision is, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and whatever I got to do, I'm going to make this happen. And that one decision has to come from you. Right now, I'm getting ready to lay this table or prepare this table before you. Are you going to sit down and eat? Because if you don't sit down and eat, then guess what? You can't partake of anything from this table. So if those of you that are Christians, you know the Bible, you know what I mean by that. He will prepare a table before you. And what I want you guys to understand, again, it's a mind thing. When I say it's a mind thing, again, I know you guys are looking at what's in your hand. You're looking at your bank account, you're looking at your credit, but don't focus on that. Your focus needs to be, what can I do with what I have and who I have to help me? Don't worry about baby daddy's not helping you. Don't worry about your mama's not helping you. Don't worry about your siblings not helping you. But who do you have to help you get your whole life together? I know we're supposed to be on here talking about buying a house, but again, if you know me, I don't care if you don't buy no house. I really don't. I really don't. What I care about is, can I help you to get your money right, get your credit right, get your thinking right? Because if you get those 3 areas right, guess what? You might as well start packing, because the house is on its way. Because if you got those 3 areas, guess what? That means when you get a house, you're prepared to keep it. So many people are just rushing the process. So many people are just jumping into a house and they're not ready. They're not ready. And it's so sad. You know, I've heard people get into a house and they're trying to figure out how to make their first mortgage payment. I promise you guys, I am so not lying to you. How do you do that? And that tells me you didn't learn anything. And the crazy part about it is, They didn't even work with me. They come to me to save them after the fact. They went to somebody else. And all I can say is God bless you. Because you knew. And a lot of times people don't want to work with me because I can be real strict. Okay? If you sit here telling me you tired of struggling, you want to get your credit together, you want to become a homeowner, I am not going to pacify you. That is not my job. You came to me for me to help you to get your whole life together. And we've been hanging around far too many people. And y'all know, I'm pretty sure every one of you on here can at least name 2 or 3 people that you hang around that pacify you. They don't push you. They want you to hang out with them. They want you to still be bad with them. They want you to still be struggling with them. They want you to still be talking, struggling with them. They want you to still be gossiping with them. And if you go and tell them, oh, I'm cutting everything off, I'm getting my life together, they probably won't even talk to you no more. Oh, you trying to be funny now? You can't hang out with me? No, because you're a distraction. We got to be big enough to say, you know what? I love you, but right now, this is for me and my children. I work every day, and I don't have anything to show for it. I don't own nothing. I don't even have a savings account. And if something happened to me, what do my kids have? Who do they have? I mean, these are real life questions you guys got to ask yourself. And see, I'm telling you guys all this not to say it's all about buying a house, because it's not all about buying a house, because I already know what your struggles are. We got to address those struggles first before you get into a house. Because right now is like the prime time to get it together. Okay? If your lease is not expiring for another 3, 6, 9, 12 months, now is the time to start working on it so you don't feel rushed. Okay? So you don't feel like, you're being pressured into something that, you don't understand or it's over your head. This gives you the opportunity to take your time and go through the process at your pace. And I really want you guys to get this, because just that piece alone will start to change your life. I mean, I'm telling you guys this because I love you. Because at the end of the day, yes, I'm a realtor. I make my money when you close on a house. But I can say, let's just get your credit score to 640 and let's close on a house and not worry about your money, not worry about your credit. That's not me. I don't do that. Because at the end of the day, I'm being honest with you. Maybe this is being selfish. And I'm not going to apologize for this, okay? Because I done spent 17 years in this kitchen, okay, preparing myself to be where I am today. But when you close on your house, I want you to say Marsha's the real deal, okay? Nobody's like her. She really taught me something. I learned more from her in 30 days than I probably learned my whole life. I want you to go out there and brag and be like, yes, my credit score is a 700. What you got? You go and buy a car. Oh, you trying to give me a 12% interest rate and I got 700 credit scores? No, I know better. I want you to have a big head, okay? Because that means you learned something from me. You can't just say, oh, I got a house, but I'm struggling. The struggle is real. Ooh, I just should have just stayed renting. I don't want that to be your story. You got freaking kids. You don't have time for struggles. You need to get it together and get it together ASAP, because your kids are dependent on you. It's not just about you. And that, again, this is why this is so important to me, you being a single parent. Now, some of you, may have a significant other that, may help you out, may give you a little money. But for the overall big picture, you may not have that. And I want to show you guys, whether you have somebody or not, guess what? You big enough, you strong enough, you can get it, you can make it happen. I've learned one thing over my time of being a single mom. I've been able to do some things that I look back now and be like, oh my God, how in the world did you do all that? Because I used to go to school, used to work 2 jobs. I never forget, and I'm gonna tell you the story, because one night I fell asleep on the floor studying on my bedroom floor. And my son at the time was 7 years old. And I guess he must have been up and he saw me on the floor sleeping. And he did this drawing, this picture that, that he saw me on the floor sleeping. He know I'm tired and he know, I'm trying to provide a good life for, him and his brother. When I tell y'all that was so touching to me, I'm not going to cry. Let me tell you that right now. But that was so touching to me because that showed me a 7-year-old was watching. What are your kids doing? I guarantee you, they watching you too. You may not be saying much to them, but they watching you. And if they're watching you, give them an example, okay, of what it means to work hard and get what you want. When you say you're going to get something, say you're going to do something, make it happen. Because if you show that to your children, they always know that what you did, they can do. And we always want to be that example for our children. About 2014, I created the Home Buying Club. Of course, when I first bought my house, I was just in the business. I really was. But it got to a point where I said, you know what? I got to do something different because what I'm doing is not working. And what I mean by that, I had a lot of individuals who wanted to work with me, but either they didn't have good credit or their finances was just not where they needed to be. And I had to do something different. And that's when I created the Home Buying Club. And when I created the Home Buying Club, I created it back in 2014, June 2014. I don't know what the day is exactly, but it was in June. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put together an event. It's going to be a one-day event. And this one-day event, I am going to work with individuals for about 6 months because I want them to kind of see how this process works. And really, I was testing it myself. So for 6 months, or should I say on day one in June, I met at the library in Katy. About 300 people showed up that day, 300. When I tell you, I was like, wow, that's a lot of people for one person. And we went on for about 6 months. And in December, which is when the 6 months would have ended, I had 25 left. When I tell you, I was so disappointed. I was disappointed because all you had to do was show up once a month for 6 months. And I was going to help you with your credit, help you with your finances, going to help you get ready to buy a home, all of that. And they couldn't last 6 months. Most of them couldn't last 2 months. I said that to say everything that you see today is a direct relation to what I went through these last 4 years, 4.5 years now, in building a home buying club. And I realized that everybody is looking for a quick fix. Most people are not looking to do the work. They want things to be handed to them. And in order for something to be given to you and you keep it, you have to earn it. You have to earn it. I tell my clients this all the time. If you want it, you got to work for it. No one is going to come knock on your door and say, here is your life. We get opportunities almost every day. Me, you included. Okay, we get opportunities. Some of them because they're not dressed and packaged in the way that, is comfortable for us. We pass them up. We miss them. And we look back over the opportunity and realize, wow, that was an opportunity that I really missed. And I want you guys to understand, here you are again. This is another opportunity. And the opportunity is someone is willing to help you get your whole life together. But you got to be big enough and say, you know what? I am going to be still. I am going to sit down and do what I have to do to make this happen. Not just for me, but for me and my children, because they dependent on me. My children are my why. They're why I get up every morning. They're the why I keep, going on, even though I want to quit. And I tell you all the time, if your why is not big enough, then guess what? You're not going to stick to it. So you got to determine what is your why. What is going to be so big enough to help you to follow through to the end, to this process, to make sure you can get into your house when all this is said and done. I know you guys saying your money is tight, and some of you like, this ain't gonna work for me. I mean, I'm already struggling. I don't know how it's gonna work. I'm gonna just say this. I am very resourceful. I am very resourceful. And when I say very resourceful, you guys will see that it does not matter what you're dealing with. It does not matter what you don't have. But if you told me, or you show me that you want it and you want it real bad, I'm gonna show you how I can get it to you and get it to you real fast. Because that's one of the things that motivates me. Not your excuses, not your distractions, not your delays and hesitations. But when you can show me that you want it and you want it real bad, then I'm gonna show you how I can get it to you real fast. I promise you. I want you guys to really learn that whatever you learn from me, it's about how can you keep it, okay? Because I don't want you guys to learn anything from me and then say later on, I can't keep it. You have to be in a position to where if you're gonna build wealth, you're gonna build your savings, you're gonna better manage your finances, okay? When certain things come up, okay, I can't partake in that because I'm working on something. If you put yourself on a budget, I got to stay within my budget. These are the things that we have to be very mindful of, because if we're not mindful of these things, then guess what? We can get caught up. And if we get caught up in a situation, now we're back where we started from, and now everything that you did was a waste. Okay? Waste of time. Those of you know that you've been renting for a long, long time, guess what? Just think, where would you be today if you would have made the decision to rent 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago? Just where would you be today? Because a lot of times people say, well, I don't have a whole lot of money, but, and I've been saying this all weekend in my posts, in my group, credit is money. How long have you been living with, not so good credit? And that's a really good question. I'd like for y'all to comment on that. How long have you been dealing with less than perfect credit? And that's a real question. And I want to see. I'm not going to sit here and judge you. I'm not going to sit here and talk about you, but I just want to know. Because I know a lot of times I don't make this stuff up. About 4 years. A very long time. I know it's been a very long time, but how long was a very long time? Ma'am. 10 years? Yeah, we got to work on that. That's too long. Well, I'm going to say this. If y'all don't get anything else from me tonight, I want y'all to understand. 15 years. Good Lord. Yeah. I think y'all gonna fall in love with me after I get done with y'all. Y'all gonna just love me. Because some of y'all, I don't think some of y'all really understand what I'm capable of. Well, I will say this. I want you guys to understand and get to a point where you respect money. You respect credit. And how I know that you don't respect credit is based on the number of years that you've been living with bad credit. I say this, and if you guys come and work with me, you'll understand what I mean by this. You can be broke as a joke. You don't have 2 pennies, forget the nickels. You don't have 2 pennies to rub together. But if you can get you some good credit, that means get your scores in the high 600s, get your scores in the 700s, and God forbid 800s. I can show you better than I can tell you how to get money. And because you don't respect credit, you've been leaving a whole lot of money on the table year after year that you've been living with bad credit? Again, one decision. One decision can change your entire life. Again, I know y'all want to buy a house, but I'm not even talking about the house. I'm talking about you getting your credit together. Some of you sitting here with, not so good credit, 90 days, 90, 3 months. You can go from bad credit to good credit. And some of you been living with bad credit for years, 90 days. And I know some of y'all like, okay, well, how is that possible? And I'm being generous saying 90 days because really, you can do it in 30 to 45 if you're real aggressive. But at the end of the day, some of y'all are being cheap because you work every day, and you couldn't go find somebody to repair your credit or learn how to do it yourself. At least work on it. But that's what I'm saying. You got to get to a point where you start making time. Right now, I thank you guys. I really, really do. I thank you because you took the time to come on here tonight and to hear me. And I want you guys to really hear my heart, first and foremost, because I've been where you are. So none of you can sit on here and say, well, you don't understand what I'm going through. The struggle is really real over here. Well, trust and believe, sister girls, the struggle was real over here too. Only thing was, I can say I had a really good job. I made really good money. But at the end of the day, okay, all I could do was work and come home. I tried to find a 24-hour daycare, so I can go to school at night. But, that didn't work out very long for me because I didn't really like that daycare. And there's not a whole bunch of 24-hour daycares. But the deal is, I understand. But you guys got to get to a place where you say, you know what I'm doing is not working. I got to try something different because I'm getting older. My kids are getting older. And if I don't get myself together now, especially with my credit and my finances, I mean, really, let's think about this. You're near retirement age within the next 15, 20 years, and you still trying to get it together. I mean, what you gonna do? I know you ain't gonna sit here and say you're gonna depend on Social Security. That ain't no money. If you think you're struggling now, can you imagine how your life is gonna be with Social Security? And rent is still going up. So can you imagine living on Social Security in an apartment? Probably not, because I guarantee you'll probably be living with your children because you can't afford rent. Rent right now is escalating anywhere from, and this is cheap rent, $1,300. But really good areas, we're talking $1,800, $2,000, $3,000 for rent. In some of your case, that's your whole paycheck while you're working. But if you get laid off and can't work and depend on unemployment or get retirement age and depend on retirement, what are you going to do? Again, one decision. Because what you do right now is going to determine the future that you're going to set up for you and your children. And I know some of you saying, oh, I'm busy, oh, I'm in school, oh, I got crazy work hours. Is that going to be your excuse? Because I'm promising you, I promise you, you guys going to have to get it together. You're going to have to make time. But I got something for that too. So, so y'all got any questions for me so far? I'm waiting on this money to hit so I can go to the auction to get a vehicle. Okay. You don't have enough credit. I can show you how to get some credit. And that's one thing that you guys have to understand. If you don't have enough credit or you have low credit scores, secure credit cards. Secured credit cards will give you more points than an unsecured credit card. I don't like secured credit cards, but when it comes to building credit, I love them because you can build your credit scores high. Once you build your credit scores high, then you can go and get unsecured cards and close out the secured ones. That's how you do that. And then for those of you who know about trade lines, I got tons of those. That's one of the ways you can build your credit scores in 30 to 45 days with trade lines. There's a number of you I know your leases are ending here within the next 6 months. What are you doing? Because if you haven't done anything, you're basically setting yourself up to renew your lease again because you're not going to be ready. This is why I told you the time is now to do something. So, I have created a number of opportunities. And these opportunities that I have created was all centered around home buying, all centered around helping you to get your finances together, get your credit together, and most of all, which I haven't really focused a lot on, but you got to get your mind right. Some of us have such flawed thinking that I can't get any better. I don't deserve any better. It is what it is. I'm going to have to deal with it. No, you don't have to deal with it. You have a decision. You have choices. Okay? The problem that I see that when people say things like that, they don't want to do the work. Or it seems too hard. Anything worth having is going to cost you. It's going to cost you some time. It may cost you some money. But it's going to cost you. Like I told you guys, 17 years ago, I would have never in a million years thought I would be doing what I'm doing today. One thing I really loved is I love teachers. I said, because I can't do their job. They need 2 raises. And that's dealing with children. I feel the same way when I'm working with adults. I need 2 raises. But I would have never thought I would be doing this. But guess what? I am in love with what I do. Love it. I do this stuff in my sleep. My husband swears I'm married to what I do instead of married to him. But I love this because I love the outcome. I love the results that people get. I love the reactions really people get because they think that, they can't get it together. It's not going to work for them. And when they see it does, now I have their attention. But all it took was for them to try and to make one decision. Now, I had a question. Who has a lease ending between now and June or even July? Well, hey, Tamika, you finished your meeting? Who has a lease that's ending between now and July? Ooh, Lord, a lot of you. Really, y'all? Y'all trying to make somebody work. And I know most of y'all been in my group. What have y'all been doing? Mm, mm, mm. You renewed your lease. Talika, I'm not going to talk to you. You should have been in the house last year. Pearl looking for a miracle. You don't need a miracle. You just need to stay focused. The process is easy. Okay. Oh my gosh, I can't believe y'all. Oh, y'all got these leases ending? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know you relocated last year, but if you would have bought a house last year, guess what? You could have had some rental properties, girl. See, income, but we're not going to talk about that. So anyway, this is what I want to talk to you guys about because I want to see who's really ready. Now, one of the things that I want you guys to understand, especially those of you who have leases that have ended or ending within the next, look like a lot of you in leases are ending within the next 3 months. And that is real short if you got a lot going on. So if you are in the Houston area, one of the things that I am doing, I'm actually doing it this weekend, I'm having what's called a meet and greet. A meet and greet is what I put together for my clients that are working with me. Basically, we come together, me and my team, my loan officers, I got my credit repairer there, and of course, me being a realtor. And what we do is we evaluate where you are, meaning you bring in your credit, you bring in your budget. We're going through the whole process of making sure where you are and giving you a plan of action to where you need to be, what you need to work on. The other thing that I'm going to be doing is a build while renting. So what that simply means is if you know you're interested in building a new home and your lease has not expired yet, then depending upon where you are credit-wise, I work with a number of builders that will let you start building your house. So that means while you're working the process and getting everything in place, your house is going up. And I think I love that idea because it incentivizes you to stay focused and get it together because now you see a house physically going up instead of you talking about it. Now you actually see it. And of course, you got kids, you're taking your kids by, so they're getting excited. So it really incentivizes you to stay focused and do what you have to do. And I love that. The other thing is, one of the things that I'm going to be doing next month is I am going to be doing coaching. And with the coaching, for those of you, and I know most of you already know about it, but I am doing the 30-day home buying challenge next month. And it's going to be for the month of March. So what I am doing in this challenge, I am going to personally, okay, be with you every day, Monday through Friday, of course, weekends I'm taking off. But Monday through Friday, I am going to be with you to get you through this process. And how we're going to do that, I have a private Facebook group that we're going to be in. And in this private Facebook group, we're going to go through the whole home buying process. Well, not through the Facebook group. I want to show you guys something real quick. If you can give me a minute, I am going to share my screen with you. If it's on here, where'd it go? Here. All right, you guys, hold on a quick second. I want to show you something. Trying to see. I don't want you guys to get into that frame of mind. I want you guys to understand that it's a process. You have to get yourself in order. What do you got to do for you and your family? What do you have to do for you and your household? And I want you guys to understand that there is a step-by-step process. So for those of you that says, oh, I'm in school or I work long hours, it doesn't matter because this course is now online. And it's online because I heard you. I've heard you guys in the past saying I'm just busy. I can't come to the live event. I work late. I only have weekends off. Doesn't matter because the course is online. You basically log in and you go to the next assignment. And when you go to the next assignment, then it basically validates that you've done the assignment and you move to the next one. So what I'm trying to get you guys to understand, this is now checks and balances. So for each assignment, each day, I'll go live in our group and we'll discuss it. you guys have any questions about it, you need to get some more understanding on it, then we talk about it in detail, because I want to make sure before you go to the next assignment that you understand everything that you're getting. When I tell you this thing is going to change you guys' life, it's going to change your life, even on the budget part, because it's 5 pieces or 5 modules. Module 1 is about your mindset, how you thinking. Module 2 is on budgeting. I know a number of you are saying you live in paycheck to paycheck. I want to show you how to get to a point where you can pay your bills once a month. I want to get to a point where I can show you how to create a budget, put a budget together, and make sure your budget is working for you. How much should you be saving, okay? And how to split up your accounts. A lot of you have all these bank accounts and you don't have no money in them. Close them. You only need 3 main bank accounts. And I want to show you how to do that. And as a bonus, okay, you're not just putting this stuff together. You're going to send your budget to me, and I will review it to make sure you've done it right, okay? How many people do you work with that will give you an assignment and actually validate and check what you're doing to make sure you get it right? I told you, I am going to make sure that you guys, if you want this, I'm going to make sure you get it. And those of you who still haven't got your refunds yet, or your refund is coming, this is like the greatest time for you to jump on this, because now you can put your refund in your budget and I can show you how to make that refund work for you. Module 3 is going to be about credit. Those of you who've been living with bad credit for 3, 4, 5, 10, 25, 30 years, okay, I'm going to show you how to make credit work for you. If you have less than perfect credit, how to fix your credit, how to build your credit. And one of the game changers that I have that is so amazing, if you know you have 3 scores, which you do, and 2 of your scores are low, but you have 1 score that's pretty decent. Well, guess what? You can't go out there and start applying for credit cards because you don't know where those banks pull from. But what if I look at your credit and say, okay, this is your best score, go to this bank, and this bank and apply for credit, and you should get approved. How game changing is that? That is huge. Opposed to you applying for credit with these other 2 low scores and you getting denied. Now you just wasted 3 to 5 points applying for new credit, and now you can't even recover those points. Huge. Okay? Those of you who saying, you know, I'm struggling financially, I don't have any money, I'm going to show you how to use credit to build wealth. I'm going to show you how to use credit, okay, to get money. That is huge, because when you learn how to use credit, not just to build money, not just to build wealth, but how can you use your credit to become financially free? Some of you don't realize. That's why I told you, you don't respect credit. Because if you respect credit, you would understand that you could have used your credit to become completely financially free. And a lot of people may be saying, well, how can I use my credit to become financially free? I got to go buy stuff. No, you don't. You really don't. But there's one thing you can buy that will change your life. And I'm going to show you how to do it with credit. The next one, module 4, is about home loans. So we talk about all the different home loan programs. We talk about all the programs that you can put together and get down, no money down. Okay, there's a program that you can use that would actually help pay your mortgage. Do you know the government help pay your mortgage? Did y'all really know that? Because if y'all didn't know that, I promise you that's an extra $200 a month that you spending that you could be saving. And I also have access to all, I don't care what state you in, I don't care what city you in, I have access to all the down payment assistance programs in your area. How to use them, how to access them, what you got to do to get it. So again, for those of you who saying, well, I don't have a lot of money, trust me, you don't need a lot of money. And as a bonus, one of the bonuses that I have is I'm going to show you guys, I mean, really talk you and walk you through it, how to close on a house and get a check back at closing. Has anybody ever told y'all about that? I mean, seriously. Anybody ever told you instead of bringing money to closing, you're getting a check back? That's huge. But I'm going to show you how to do that. The 4th area is real estate. We talk about real estate, talk about what area you want to live in, talk about what you want in your house. You know, you got to identify all these areas, because if you don't know this up front, you're going to have unrealistic expectations. You want a house that's fully loaded, but your budget says you got to get a house that's in the middle. But if you know this up front, you don't go into this process with unrealistic expectations. Now you're disappointed and you to the point like, I don't even want to buy a house because I should have known this. Because now everything you're looking at is not what you expected. But in the real estate section, we go through all that. So that way, buying a house is supposed to be fun and exciting, not stressful. And as a bonus, I got 2 bonuses. Well, 3. One of the bonuses I told you, I'm going to teach you, okay, how to get into a house with no money down. That's not to say you can't have any money in your bank account, because you do have to have money in your bank account. They want to see that you have money left over. Remember what I said, you're not going to get in your house and trying to figure out how to pay your first mortgage. You're not going to do that. So you're going to have money in your bank account. The second bonus is you trying to buy a house. And most of you, if not all of you, will get a 30-year mortgage. Did you know there's a way you can pay your house off in 3 to 5 years? I am going to literally walk you step by step on how to do that. So when you move into your house, it's time for you to put that plan in progress so you can make it happen in 3 to 5 years. And I'm being very over the top saying 3 to 5, because if you're aggressive, again, you could probably do it in 2 to 3 years. And then the last bonus, which I think all of you as a single parent, if y'all don't jump on this, y'all don't want no money. Y'all don't. This is the first time I'm actually putting this in the boot camp. I am putting in real estate investing. And what I'm saying about real estate investing, I want to show you exactly how to get started with real estate investing. Let me show you how powerful that one piece is. All the other stuff I just named, that's great. It really is. But once you become a homeowner and you close on your home, your next move needs to be, how can I start buying some investment properties? And I know some of you may be saying, yeah, I want to get a house, get a couple of houses. No, I'm not talking about getting a couple of houses. This group right now, we got what, 55 of you in here? Let's say, I'm gonna give you an example of how powerful this is, because I'm gonna put together a single parents group once this boot camp starts. And in this single parents group, how it works is this. Because remember I said, no, yeah, a house is nice. Yeah, you can buy a house and flip a house. Yeah, I definitely want you to do that. Get your first 3. You're going to buy it, fix it up, and resell it, because that's going to give you cash money. But what your ultimate goal needs to be, because you don't want to deal with one door. You want to deal with multiple doors. Multiple doors is, quads, small apartment complexes. Because if you guys know wherever you living right now, whether you live in an apartment or you living in a house, how much is the rent? And if you're paying over $1,200, $1,300 a month, an average decent apartment is going to be that same amount. So imagine having at least, I don't know, just say 100-unit apartment, 125-unit apartment. Do the math on that. And if we put together 10 of you in your group, and y'all pool your resources, because remember, you can't say, oh, I don't have the money, Marsha, I can't buy no apartment complex. You just flipped 3 houses. That should give you $75,000 to $90,000. And because you got your mind right, you went through this process, that is not money for you to go ball out of control. So when you close on your house, okay, we already got a plan together. And that plan is, okay, we got to get our first 3 properties under our belt. Because once you get your first 3 properties, yes, apartment complex, that is a really big goal. But even in the middle of that, okay, you could find land, okay, and y'all can build townhouses, build small little complexes, build small neighborhoods. I don't know if you guys do a lot of driving around like I do, but, they're putting up the small communities all over the place. And when I say small, they're putting like 15, 25 houses in these little small communities. Why couldn't you do that? Let me show you how powerful this is. Because the average house, now you probably couldn't get this when you go to a builder, but the average house is going to probably bring you around $100,000 to $150,000 profit in your pocket. Profit. So let's say 100,000, and you get a small complex. A small community where you can put in, okay, let's say 20 houses. 100,000 times 20. Can somebody add that up for me? You made $100,000 profit. You built 20 houses, and it's 10 of you in the group. How much money are you going to put in your pocket? Can somebody add that up for me? $100,000 per house, and you're putting up 20 houses. Okay, Brittany, that's correct. That's $2 million. And divide that by 10, because it's 10 of you. Everybody's going to pocket $200,000. I guarantee you, none of you on here make that kind of money. None of you. And I guarantee you, nobody's going to show you how to do that. But what I do. So what I'm saying is, you all think it's about buying a house. I just told you what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you get your whole life. Because at $200,000, how many of you really would still be in debt? Because at $200,000, you can now turn around and do that same process by yourself and take the whole 2 million. So now, within 2 years, you now became a millionaire. I told y'all don't respect money and y'all don't respect credit. Because that is what you left on the table. And if you're telling me that you're struggling financially and you can't get your credit together because you're not making the time and doing what you have to do by any means necessary, that is what you're leaving on the table. Now, I want y'all to understand something, because I know all this sounds real good. And I don't know y'all saying like, well, yeah, that sounds great, Marsha. But I don't know nothing about none of that. Okay. And I don't know, how this going to work. Again, what did I just tell you? Because see, already, you letting your mind control you. I just told you. For 30 days, Monday through Friday, I am going to walk you through this whole process. Now, you have your daily assignments. I was trying to bring you up the course. I don't know why I can't bring it up. I was going to show you the back office of the course. It shows day by day, day 1 to day 30, there's an assignment. You click on it, either you look at a video, you'll pull up a PDF file, but you have an assignment. And at the end of the week, you have an assessment. And this is another thing that I didn't share with you guys. I told you I love y'all. I'm trying to help y'all get y'all's life together. I'm tired of seeing y'all struggling. I'm tired of seeing you guys barely getting your needs met. This is why I'm doing this. Again, I was a single parent. I know the struggle was real. I do. So don't say, Marsha, you don't understand. You're in a different place right now. Yeah, right now. But trust and believe, I had to work my assets off to get here. Okay? Because nobody gave me what I'm trying to give you guys. I wish I would have had somebody that would have given me what I'm trying to give you. Y'all probably wouldn't be talking to me, because I'd probably be sitting on an island somewhere in Hawaii, chilling. But I'm here. Okay? But what I want you guys to understand, this is the real deal. You got to make up in your mind that by any means necessary, you got to make that one decision, because it's going to be that one decision that's going to change your life. And I want you guys to understand, don't let your mind sit here and twist things around and say, you know what, I can't do this. I don't have that kind of money. Again, I just told you, you don't need any money. Get your credit together, and I will show you how to get money. If you want to be a part of my single parents group, okay, I'm going to show you how you can pool your resources and make it happen. This is not hard. But at the end of the day, you guys got to know not just how to get it, but what you got to do to keep it. Because I already know $200,000. Okay, let's just be real generous, a real conservative. If you got $50,000, I mean, seriously, if you got $50,000 right now, what would you do with it? Because I know $50,000 would change your whole life. There is no reason why you should have any debt. Now, unless you got, student loans that look like mortgages, then, that's a whole nother story. But as far as everything else, you should have no debt. So at $200,000, your whole life would change like in an instant. But you got to be smart enough when that money hits your hand, what are you going to do with it? Because then at the time for you to go out and ball out of control, or I'm going to go get me a Lexus, or I'm going to go and, take my whole family and friends out to dinner. No, that's not for that. You got to have things set up in place. And that's what I teach, okay, in the budget section, in the credit section, how to set everything up. That's why real estate was all the way at the end. You notice that? The loans was at the end. Because that's not important. I got to get your mind right and get everything set up. We got to build a foundation. Because a whole bunch of people out there giving home buying classes, a whole bunch of people out there saying you can buy a house, I can get you into this program. But how many people telling you, let me help you get your money right? Let me help you not just get your credit good, but how to make sure you use your credit to build wealth and become financially free. I mean, seriously, I'm waiting. Y'all tell me, how many people doing that? Because I will wait. I got plenty of time. I know y'all ready to go, but we're almost done. How many people out there going to tell you how to do that? Okay. Well, I'll tell you right now, because if you call some of these loan officers, you call some of these realtors, they're going to tell you, well, I don't do that. But God forbid, let them look at your credit and your credit's not where it's supposed to be. They probably won't even call you back. You sitting here trying to chase them down. I'm just being honest. So I'm going to say this. What is Friday? Friday, which is March 1st. I am starting the Home Bond Challenge. And those of you know that what I do with the Home Bond Challenge, really what I do with everything that I do, I try to make everything affordable, not because it's not value, because I can tell you like this, and all of you can go online and double check this. Just the real estate investing piece alone. Have y'all ever gone to those workshops where they say we'll come out and we're gonna show you how to do real estate investing? Anybody ever went to one of those? How much they charge once they got you there? $10,000? Yeah, that's about right. Mm-hmm. And that's a cheap one. I actually went to one last year. They charged $35,000. Well, the cheapest one was $29,000, and then the next one was like $35,000. Mm-hmm. Again, this is something that I have realized over the last few months, really this year. That's why the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. Because they don't make nothing that you can afford. And if you can't tap into that market, then guess what? That's why the struggle continues to be real. Because when it's time to jump, you can't jump. But what I want to do, again, I just want to help as many people as I possibly can to get their life together. I don't care if you'll never buy a house. I really don't. But if you can say, I'm financially free, I got money in the bank, I'm no longer living paycheck to paycheck, and I have good credit. My job is done. I am totally done because now you can sleep at night. Now you're not stressed out. And I want you guys to understand that is real. That is so incredibly real. But what I want you guys to understand is this: I'm not going to be doing this long. Okay? I'm really not. Because I'm really getting into real estate investing. I actually just started the real estate investing course training that I do. It's called 4 Weeks Real Estate Intensive. I started it 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna tell you right now, I charged $697 for that class. And the only reason why I charged $697 because it was my first intro class. My next class I'm going to be doing in June is going to be $1297, and I'm talking about $1,297, not no $12.97. Okay, because they get all of me in live, in person, face to face, and each class thereafter is going to be more expensive. But I am putting this piece in the home buying boot camp, home buying challenge, to give you guys an idea of when you become a homeowner. This is what you need to focus on. If you know it's you, you don't have no financial help, you don't have no physical help. It's just you. You got to figure out how can you get more money in your household so that you can be comfortable. And I only gave y'all one example. One. Just one. But imagine you can set yourself up to where you have $5,000, $10,000 coming in every month. And that's money coming in whether you get out your bed or not. That's game changing. Those of you who have a whole bunch of student loan debt, how cool would it be to set yourself up to where when it's time for your child to go to college, all you got to do is write the check. No student loans, no FAFSA, okay, no financial aid. Scholarships would be great, but if they don't come and you got to write the check, I mean, how cool would that be? I mean, you would probably fall out because you'd be like, oh my God, if I would have known then what I know now, I wouldn't have all the student loan debt. But thank God I know it. So I'm now able to help my children. And I'm going to show you how you can do that for your kids. Build a big enough cushion for your kids that by the time they go to college, they have so much money left over. When they graduate, you can go buy them their first house. You can go buy them their first car or buy them the car that they really want. How cool would that be? Did your parents do that for you? This is how you change the next generation. And all this started from one decision. This is what Marsha is trying to do. I am really trying to change my world. I'm not sitting here complaining about it. But I know everybody's not going to catch it. I know. My husband tells me this all the time. He said the Bible says the poor will be among us always. So you can only catch those who want to be caught. But for everybody else, let them make it. And I tell you, it gets no easier than this. It really doesn't. So I'm going to let y'all go. I'm done. But the homebound boot camp, I call it homebound boot camp, but it's really the challenge. I'm only charging $47. $47. And if you tell me you don't have $47, then you need to go stand somewhere and get you some $47. Because I promise you, you don't want to miss this opportunity. Because I promise you, next time I do it, which is probably going to be at the end of the summer, oh, it's going to be way more than $47. And I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but I will say this. If you're coming on board, do the work. Do the work. Because I'm going to be watching. And those that do the work will be rewarded. And I'm going to leave it at that. Because my greatest joy, like I said, is to seeing us all make it, see us happy, and seeing us living our best life. Because we work too hard and we have too much money coming through our hands not to own nothing. And I don't like that. I really don't. We got to start owning some stuff. We invest in everybody and everything. You invest in your cable, you invest in your phone, okay? You invest in your landlord every single month. You making everybody else rich, and what do you have? It's time for you to now get some stuff in your name. It's time for people to start paying you every month, okay? It's time for you to start being rich, but not just being rich, being educated and smart enough to keep it once you get it, because it's easy to get it, but can you keep it? So, um, if you are interested, send me an email. You know my email address is msmith@thehomebuyingclub.com. I'll send you the link. I couldn't pull down my screen to get the link to the course, so that's why I can't give it to you right now, so I apologize for that. But send me a link. Send me an email at the Home Buying Club. And I will send you the link. The course is going to start on Friday. So definitely want to get in, get all the information, get connected in the group, because I will be doing my first live meeting on Friday, just welcoming everybody. But we'll go live on Monday, because you should be, by that time, I know you're going to be, I went through a lot of the different modules and to get to the first assignment. So we'll be definitely going live on Monday, and we'll go every Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. And we'll probably be doing it through Zoom. I won't be going live in the group per se, because we have some people that are in the group that are in my old course. They're not in the new one. So that's why I'm going to be going outside of that. But send me the message. And one of the things is, I want to keep telling you and remind you guys, don't be stressing about where you are. Don't matter. If you do the work, if you're willing to sacrifice and stop doing the things, spending the money where it's not helping you, I promise you, I'm going to help you get to where you need to be. And those of you that have leases expiring soon and you're available and you want to come to the meet and greet on Saturday, definitely email me about that. That meet and greet is only for those leases that are ending up to July. Then I want to say in May or June, I'll be doing another meet and greet for those have leases ending in August to the end of the year. So don't worry if I don't get you on this one, but I will be getting you on the next one. And that meet and greet, it's free. It's for all my people that want to work with me. And of course, don't eat breakfast, because we're going to be providing breakfast. But it's just going to be a time for us to come together and for you to just really get up and close and personal with me, the loan officers, and the credit repair. And our primary goal is to get you where you need to be. That's really what we're going to be doing there. So if you're interested in that, definitely put that in your email. But other than that, if you guys don't have any questions, I am done. You have a great night. I thank you guys so much for listening to me. And just know it's my greatest joy to, see you guys go to the next level and be successful. So I love you guys. Y'all have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys next time.